Hello, my friends. Welcome to Pivot to AI. Today's episode is for my fellow techies fighting off the AI scraper bots. I'm going to have to get really technical today. I've written about the AI scraper bots before. They're an absolute plague across the whole World Wide Web. They hammer websites until they fall over. They're an absolute pain in the backside if you're the sucker running the web server. And Pivot to AI itself, the blog, got hit by an AI scraper bot over the weekend. Thankfully, the scoundrels who vibe code these things are idiots. So a bit of web server configuration trickery fended it off, with some collateral damage. Now, usually on Pivot to AI, I try very hard to explain things without jargon. But today I got to do the opposite. I cannot explain this without a ton of tech talk. This episode goes out to my fellow system administrators, whose problem it is to fix this sort of rubbish. And yet, I can't be technical enough, because if I give precise details, these scraperbot authors are pretty stupid, but they might not be stupid enough not to work it out. So I'm going to have to be vague and mysterious. Instead, I'll give you some generalized guides to how you, as a competent sysadmin, can fight off these bozos, with a few more specific tips. Here are the 3 things I'm going to tell you. 1. There's a trick that works really well this month, maybe next month too. I will not say here today what the trick is, but you can find it out. 2. Check your server logs for any tells in how the AI scrapers do their thing. 3. Don't let the scrapers know you spotted them. Always return a 503 service unavailable, never a 403 forbidden. There's other methods like trap the bots in a maze of fake pages, which I'm not going to go into. That works for some people, but I just wanted to stop the bots. So the bot that hit Pivot to AI. I've got a small server at Hetzner where I run a pile of WordPress blogs, including Pivot. The web server is Nginx and the WordPress runs in PHP FPM. It's pretty basic. But the server was slowing down, so I checked the logs and I found a bot scraping the whole site at 10 to 60 requests per second. In that case, it was one IP address, so I sent an abuse complaint and it stopped and I haven't heard back. So that's nice. A lot of the AI scraper bots, though, come in from multiple IP addresses. The AI companies are run by a bunch of antisocial dicks, so they hire botnets to do their scraping for them, like one botnet which was hijacked Android set-top boxes. So yeah, the AI companies are loathsome. You knew that. So you can't always block on an IP, but you can block on behavior that you see in the logs. So I put a filter in based on a behavior just in case dude came back, but it had collateral damage. It blocked the archive sites. Archive.org, Archive Today, Ghost Archive. So you may want to work out a way to let those through if you want to be archivable. And as well as running my own WordPress blogs, I also do some sysadmin for RationalWiki.org, which the bots completely flattened. You couldn't use it. You couldn't browse it. RationalWiki runs MediaWiki, which is the same software Wikipedia uses. RationalWiki has Nginx at the front, Terminator SSL, then a Varnish cache, then Apache with PHP doing the work. Routine URLs, the Varnish serves a copy just fine. Complicated requests, like differences between page versions, that's a lot more expensive. So if you're running MediaWiki specifically, I put in an Nginx pattern that takes effect if it's a complex URL. YouTube viewers, that's up on the screen. If you're listening to this episode on the podcast, I've put it in print in the blog post in the show notes. So those 3 tips again. The first mysterious tip, the hint is, if you know who Jamie Zawinski is, JWZ, you should be able to work out where to look to find a simple approach that worked for him and it worked for me as well. Secondly, if your server is getting hammered, first thing is to look at your access logs, for a pattern. There will be a characteristic. Might be the IP address, might be a web page or a pattern of web pages, might be something about the user agent, might be some other tell. There will be one. Thirdly, when you detect a scraper bot, always return 503 server unavailable. Never return 403 forbidden, because if you return 403 forbidden, they know you spotted them, and they change their tactics to be more annoying. If you return a 503, they think they just flatten the server, and they try the same thing again that no longer works for them. That takeaway again. 1. I can't tell you the specific super effective trick, because bot authors are stupid but not that stupid, but you'll find it if you ask around. 2. Look through your logs and spot a pattern in the IP addresses, the pages being requested, the user agents, or something like that. 3. If you detect a bot, always return 503, not 403, so they think they just broke it and not that you caught them. And I'm moderating comments on this episode, so if you know the answer and post it, because it's pretty simple, congratulations, and I'm not putting it through. Sorry. And to all the AI scraper bots out there,
I hope Roko's Basilisk makes you step on Lego forever.
Thanks for tuning in to Pivot to AI, special BOFH edition. Please do hit like and subscribe and leave a review and tell people about this episode. We are funded by our readers and listeners and viewers. So if this episode has been of value to you and you have a few dollars, the Patreon is linked in the show notes. Thank you all. See you tomorrow, and bye for now.